I got a 2015 Honda Civic with no AC complaint, and I've already found my leak. So let me show you where it is. See down in the corner where that end tank is? You see it's all wet. So that's where my AC leak, and we're replacing this condenser. Let me show you how to replace this condenser without removing the bumper. So there was this cover here that I've already removed. It's just on the ground over there. It's just held in by a bunch of clips. They hook into these tabs on the front grille here, right? And we're going to be removing this bolt that holds the condenser bracket, right? You're going to remove the horn bracket, the hood latch, and same thing on this side. And yeah, so one bolt that holds the upper line, we're going to be replacing the O-ring in that thing. There's also the other line down there. We're going to have to remove the bottom plastic skid plate or whatever splash shield underneath to get that line off. You can also kind of see it's kind of leaking from there too. See that dark spot? And yeah, and this condenser is going to come right up from the top. Once you remove those clips, you get access to this line down here. There's a 10 mil, right? Make sure you pull it out straight and not at an angle, because it can break inside the condenser, and you don't want that. So yeah, let me go ahead and remove that line down here. Alright, so brackets are removed. Bracket, the horn is just sitting right there. Took the hood latch off, but it's still on the cable. I just leave it hanging. Don't really need to take it completely off. What else? Yeah, brackets over here. And yeah, so what I was saying when I was underneath, saying you should pull out straight and not wiggle it at an angle, because you can break this little part that recesses inside the condenser. The bottom one is a lot skinnier, so you can break that, which you don't want to do. So we're gonna pull this condenser straight up, and yeah, that's it. They're just held into the rubber grommets into little holes on the bottom of the support bracket down there. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna, once you take this out, we're gonna change the O-rings on the bottom from up here, and then this O-ring over here, and then I'll show you where it's leaking from. It's right where the receiver dryer at the end of this condenser here down there, and also a little bit on that corner down there too. And you can actually just find it with well, I used a UV light, and you can see a bit of dye in those corners. But yeah, a lot of rocks in there. So like down here, this bottom part gets pummeled by rocks when you're driving and stuff, especially on the highway. So a lot of rocks fell out of the bottom when I took the bottom plastic off. So new condenser, make sure you transfer these rubber grommets over to the new one. And with these radiators, this is not an OEM one, but we get it from that company. It's cheaper, and they usually come pressurized, so you gotta usually when you take the bolts off these guys, they'll make a what do you call it? They'll blow out, or it's pressurized. Yeah, there you go. So they are pressurized, so there's no leaks in it. Right, so before I put that condenser in, I'm going to replace it with the new O-rings. Right, they're two different sizes. You can't mix them up. Two different part numbers. So yeah, just replace those O-rings before I put the new condenser in. Soak the O-rings in a little bit of PAG oil, right, before installing them. It just helps them slide them in the condenser easier. Right, so condenser is back in. I put the lines back on. The one down there is also on. Put the clips, everything on the bottom back on. Everything's the reverse order of removal. We got to install the horn back on. Here's the latch. You can see there's an outline of the latch where it used to be, so it's just dirt, so I can put it at the same spot. These ones are just two Allens that hold the top cover on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna put it under a vacuum, do a vacuum leak test, see if it passes, and then recharge the system. So yeah. Alright, so doing its vacuum leak test, or it's vacuuming right now, and then it's going to do its leak test. So yeah, I was going to be waiting for like 10 minutes. 6 minutes left, but it is holding vacuum. Oh, 6 seconds. It's gonna pass. There you go, vacuum leak test passed. Still holding vacuum. Gonna exit. No. Inject oil. This thing takes 2.7 ounces. Press and hold inject oil. So let's well, 1, 2, about there should be good. And yeah, we're gonna charge it. Stop to exit. We're gonna charge it for. Takes 400 grams. So I'm gonna charge it both sides. And yeah, that's it. And now it's gonna charge. So I just want to show you what the job pays. It's 1.8, right? So they want you to remove the bumper, right? But it does not include air conditioning, recharge, and evacuate. So what I do is I just charge the 2 hours, right, including recharge. And yeah, just a recharge. There's nothing else. I'm just not showing the customers information above. But T4197, right? And I'm only 1.3 in out of the 2 hours. And yeah, now I'm just gonna recharge it. And yeah, so just to show you how easy it is, you don't need to remove the bumper. Maybe do it yourself, but you still probably have to pay for a recharge if you don't have a machine yourself. Save yourself 2 hours on replacing the condenser. So some of you are probably wondering, how much does it typically cost for an AC recharge or a leak test and a recharge? I think typically a shop would probably charge somewhere between 0.8 to an hour plus refrigerant plus oil and shop supplies. But this customer is a regular customer, so I just did the 2 hours for the condenser and recharge, so saving an hour of labor, I guess. So just in case you want to know. Yep, and that's it. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Press start to equalize hose.